Before the hum of refrigerators and the distant thrum of traffic, silence was not merely the absence of sound, but a potential signal of danger or opportunity. Imagine our ancestors in a primeval forest. A sudden, profound silence might indicate the presence of a predator nearby, or conversely, the absence of rivals at a fruitful foraging spot. This innate hardwiring, developed over millennia, imprinted a deep-seated significance on quietude. It's not just a blank canvas, it's a canvas that, throughout our evolutionary history, was rarely blank and often had dire implications if misunderstood. Our modern discomfort with silence might be a distorted echo of these ancient survival mechanisms, repurposed for a world where the danger is now social rather than physical. The absence of interaction, rather than the absence of a saber-toothed tiger, has become the new threat. Silence, in its purest form, can be a void, and our brains, in their constant quest for pattern recognition and meaning-making, naturally struggle with a lack of input. It's as if our cognitive machinery, designed to process and react to an endless stream of sensory data, suddenly finds itself idling without a task. This can lead to a state of heightened self-awareness, where internal thoughts and anxieties, usually masked by external distractions, rise to the surface. The brain, disliking this empty state, then actively seeks to fill it, either by generating internal monologue, replaying past conversations, or anticipating future events. This is why a quiet moment can often feel overwhelming, not because of what is happening, but because of what isn't. It forces an introspection that for many is more exhausting than engaging with external stimuli. In social contexts, silence isn't just an absence, it's a communication in itself, often imbued with a spectrum of unspoken meanings. A pause in conversation can be interpreted as anything from deep thought to disagreement to awkwardness or even hostility. The human tendency to interpret and assign meaning to every detail, even the lack thereof, means that a silence between people is rarely truly empty. We feel compelled to fill these gaps because they represent a break in the social contract, a momentary lapse in the expected flow of interaction. This phenomenon is deeply cultural. What might be a comfortable, contemplative silence in one society could be seen as profoundly rude or uncomfortable in another. The pressure to speak, therefore, isn't just about personal discomfort, but about navigating a complex web of social expectations and avoiding the perceived misinterpretation of quietude. In the modern attention economy, where every app and platform competes for our gaze and ears, silence has become a luxury, or perhaps a threat to engagement. From the moment we wake, our phones buzz with notifications, our smart speakers offer news updates, and our environments are curated with background music or podcasts. This constant stream of curated content trains our brains to expect continuous stimulation, making the absence of it feel jarring. Corporations understand this deeply, designing experiences that minimize dead air and maximize continuous interaction, effectively conditioning us to abhor pauses. Our brains, adapting to this hyper-stimulated environment, begin to perceive silence as an inefficiency, a wasted moment where information or entertainment could be consumed. It's less about a natural human aversion and more about a learned expectation that every second must be filled with productive or entertaining input. Paradoxically, some of the most profound human experiences occur in silence. Meditation, deep thought, and genuine listening all require an active embrace of quietude. Resisting the urge to fill every conversational gap can lead to deeper, more meaningful exchanges, allowing for reflection rather than immediate reaction. Think of the contemplative pauses in classical music, or the pregnant silences in powerful theatrical performances. These are not voids, but spaces charged with meaning. Learning to distinguish between an awkward silence and a valuable one is a skill, a conscious effort to override our ingrained tendencies and conditioned responses. This doesn't mean banishing all conversation, but rather understanding that not every moment needs to be audibly occupied. Sometimes the most articulate thing you can do is simply listen, or allow a moment to breathe, trusting that meaning can emerge even from the absence of sound.